Speaking of, really cool shit. I know I've been saying it, and you're going to hear it soon, so it's not even going to matter. Our Spanish voices are here.
Oh.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. ¿Dónde está el baño? Dos cervezas, por favor.
By the way,
Now I want a couple beers.
Guy's great.
I mean, that's what it's going to sound like.
I wish I could remember what I said on Entourage when I played the
In Medellin. It's great.
the Colombian guys.
Let me
Yo,
explain.
wait,
to
Este
you.
de puta.
Veritone cloned our voices, right? And so they run it through a machine. The machine learns the voice, and they pick up on things called utterances. And it might be an inflection on your voice or whatever it is.
I still got to give you more material.
No, you don't.
Right?
We got it.
Really?
We found it, yeah.
I'll come in the room and do it.
No, we found
though.
it. We found it.
If I'm not liking the inflections, I don't want to do it again.
So they found the standard is 400, and they had 800 utterances from us. So all of our ums and
All right,
ahs.
so let me just
really,
get a little
I'm
explain
guessing
of
you're
this.
really.
Great mother
Can
of
I get
God.
a
Use that
little
one.
summation of what's happening here?
Yeah.
Yes. Allegedly, this company Veritone can take any voice and they can take it where it is our voice, essentially, a
Speaking
clone
Spanish.
that sounds exactly like us with our inflections,
Correct.
but put it into any language and use the dialect of whatever that is. If we're
Correct.
talking about certain parts of Spain, it could be a different accent. If this works,
It's
is
gonna
a life-
work.
I understand what you said. But I said this to Connolly today because Connolly would like to show this off at the live show in Phoenix Saturday, February 11th.
That's where I
at the
want you guys to hear it for the first
Stand Up
time.
Live. But if anyone is old enough to remember, Geraldo Rivera had a special where he was going to reveal the contents.
Well, you found Al Capone's vault, right?
Al Capone's
Remember
vault.
that, Dillon?
Yeah,
They-
there's nothing in it, right?
They marketed this for months, and then it was a big live event, and they opened it. It was nothing. So I have asked Connolly to hear this before we get to Phoenix, and he will not let me listen to it because I will be blown away. We talked about Chat GPT, I think, a little bit last
Right.
week, and
Yeah.
it's blown me away.
Yeah,
so
I'm
nothing shocks me
actually.
anymore.
I've been using that too to try and trade with it, but it won't let me. They're trying. They try to stop you from doing that.
I mean, fair enough, right?
But it
There's gotta
answered
be
a
some
couple
restriction.
of important questions I had about space
It's
and
incredible.
stuff like that. It's really, it's very conservative though. Your answers, I feel like.
I've found some pretty amazing things, but I did write to it. How can I get along better with Kevin Connolly? And it gave me a whole list
Impossible.
of
Get them high. Get them as high as you can.
ways. Get him
I love it.
stoned out of his mind.
Dylan is
By the
actually
way,
firing away.
Veritone has gone up today. They had a good day. They had a great week, actually.
By the way, wait till we drop
And it's a
our.
very inexpensive stock.
Here was my question to you,
It
Connolly.
does have a D Schwab rating.
Why us? Why are they so excited about us?
I know
Who
that's
are we?
one of the things.
Well, they heard my voice, and
Doug, that's Doug's biggest hang up, and I'll be honest, bro. I hear you.
I
hear
would
what
think
you're
they'd get
saying.
Joe Rogan.
Like,
Joe,
they-
we're going
they
to turn
said
you into
Doug
Portuguese.
is saying,
because-
like, if
yeah,
it was so
'cause-
great, why us?
well, because Joe would get paid for that, right?
I mean, he could sell it everywhere around the world. The
Yo,
thing that I
how about
see,
this? Starting February, when we get back the week after the Super Bowl, the week after the live show, we're going to drop our podcast, regularly scheduled podcast on Wednesday, and then on Friday or Saturday, the Spanish version will be released.
I mean, you are giving, you are creating a giant wave of enthusiasm for something that you have not heard. Are you not scared?
I am a believer, and I'm not scared. And I think
Yeah,
we're
it's
going to
be a
I think
great
we're-
reaction no matter what.
I
And
think
if
we're
we
gonna be
all
able
hear
to-
it for the first time. It's going to be cool.
we're going to be able to sell hopefully ads in foreign markets, bro.
You know, and what this can do, so because maybe I'll rise the stock before Dylan buys it. For anyone who's listening, if this really works, just for instance,
But it will work.
Okay, I understand. They could take Friends. If you ever see Friends in another language, in another country, or even Entourage, and you see people talking, they get actors to dub in their voices, and it's always terrible and it always ruins the performances. So this, allegedly, you would be able to take every episode of Friends and have David Schwimmer's voice turned into every single language on Earth and play this around the world in
Which
those
is cool.
languages with
They would have to get licensing deals from all
course,
of the
of
friends,
course.
and then go to Warner Brothers,
Yeah.
and it's a bigger deal than nailing down you and Dylan and I.
I mean, it's kind of fun watching someone else do your movies. When you're overseas and you see some guy doing your voice in Spanish. Hola, hey, ¿cómo estás? It's
Sometimes the
very
Spanish
funny.
guy delivers a better performance than Dylan. It's actually more
That's not true.
enjoyable. It's actually more enjoyable.
You cut me deep, bro.
But we can also, go English to English. So I could.
meaning Dylan doesn't have to show up at all for this podcast.
I mean, it would be. it would no, that would be weird because it would feel, I mean,
No, I
unless-
could script the whole thing. It's actually amazing.
we should do a little
I've all of
testing.
a sudden got kind of nervous about this, about having. I mean, they can't use my voice though, right?
You have to sign off on it.
Okay.
Which you did.
Yeah, I know, but I did.
Connolly owns your voice.
No,
No,
but
no, no.
I did for this show.
Yeah, no,
I
Kev,
didn't.
you-
I don't
no,
know what I signed.
Kev,
to be honest with
Kev,
you, it's a
you,
little scary.
Kev, you own the rights. You, Kevin Dillon, own the
Okay.
rights to your own voice.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I thought I had a piece of this show as well. I mean,
of course,
of course,
of
I haven't
course.
seen anything. But
Connolly owns your voice, Dylan. You could have pornography released like any day now that's produced by Connolly.
do you think
That
it'll
is you.
pay? Do you think I can make some money with it?
Dylan, let me ask you a question. I mean, Dylan's not really a tech guy. I think.
Well, what are
I,
you talking about?
is
What do you
now.
think?
I think the
You know,
super
tech
tech
is,
guys.
yeah,
what do you,
but-
what do you think about this technology? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to sound like you and I having a
The
conversation?
voice technology, yeah, I do. I think it's going to be good, and I think they're already using it a lot. Some guys with great voices, you hear it all the time.
Right.
On what is it called?
TikTok.
Yeah, all those things.
Right.
They're-
Yeah, not a tech guy. What do you call that
No.
thing?
So, but Doug, you're a tech guy, so
Well,
you're
like-
cynical.
Like on YouTube a lot,
Right,
You'll
right.
hear some of those great
right, so
voice
Kevin
guys,
Dillon.
voiceover guys are doing everything, and I'm like, no way is this guy doing all of this. They must be using his
So,
voice.
Dylan, you believe that soon,
Soon.
maybe even Friday, you believe that you could say we could do this whole podcast, and within a week it could be in every single language with our voices that works, where people in those countries think our accents are good and that it's us speaking.
To
and
be
that we're fluent.
to be clear,
I think, you know what? I think we could do our English, no problem. I don't know how the translation's going to go into Spanish and Italian and French. I don't know.
So, just FYI, we're just learned for Spanish. Like, the next one is a request. Like, if we decide, like, hey,
I would like to do Yiddish. Is that possible?
well, that's what I'm saying. That because it is a thing. So you have to
Haza.
you have to pick and choose your battles.
Some of the
there.
words you used to
but
make
maybe
me say.
French. Maybe French.
I don't
next?
know where
I don't
our
know.
audience
Good
is.
youngtif. Good youngtif.
Yiddish.
He had
I
me
don't think
speaking.
there's a big
Hey,
Yiddish
Doug, you had
market
me
for the
saying so
podcast.
much Yiddish stuff on the show. I loved it.
I would like, because what they say they can do, and we have a nice Australian audience, and I love Australia, which, by the way, we need to respond whether we're going to Australia or not. So we'll talk about that off air. I don't want to humiliate anybody. But what if we could do this podcast with proper Aussie accents? That would be quite nice. Nah?
Could
I don't
they
think-
add that?
I don't know.
Yes,
I
of
don't
course
listen,
they can.
I don't know. Right now,
Collie's overwhelmed
so
now.
I am overwhelmed. I
Smoke
need-
another joint.
no
dude.
shit. No, but I think we're gonna turn that little we're gonna turn that little segment loose at the live show. You guys are gonna have to wait to hear it. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it, obviously.
I
So if
can
I'm
wait.
playing it, you can assume that it's good.
I can wait.
Can you wait, Doug?
To do it live.
Like, let's say I'm sitting on the AI
I want to make
voices.
mine better, though. I want to sit down in a room and give you more stuff.
They already have it.
I know, but I don't know if they got what I'd like to give.
I think you're looking at it the wrong way. Like it's a computer that like needs X amount of things to learn your voice, and we gave them those things. So when you did your
See,
when you
Dylan,
did
like
I
what
thought
you
they
just
were-
did there, it has that when you go,
right,
Very interesting.
interesting.
I am
really.
not.
By the
listen,
way, they have the really.